Good morning, children. Today I am going to explain one important topic, that is valency bond theory in the lesson coordination compounds. Right? Definitely, damn sure question here. The question is like this: explain the geometry of CONH3 taken 6 times 3 plus according to the valency bond theory. VBT means valency bond. Okay. Now, while explaining answer for this question, I am explaining the valency bond theory. Okay, right. Now this geometry we require, right? So which molecule? CONH3 taken 6 times 3 plus. So this is a coordination compound. By seeing this square bracket, we can say yes, this is a coordination compound. And CO is the cobalt central metal atom. Ammonia is ligand. 6 ligands are there. The coordination number is 6. And the oxidation state of cobalt is +3. Now once by doing like this, first you need to find out the oxidation state. Oxidation state of cobalt I wanted to find out. So cobalt, whenever we are finding the oxidation state, let it is considered the oxidation state is X plus ammonia total molecule 0 each. Ammonia oxidation state of ammonia is 0 and 6 are there, equal to the total oxidation state of the complex ion is +3. So X plus 0 equal to 6 into 0 0, X plus 0 equal to +3, that implies X equal to +3. The oxidation state of the central metal atom is +3. So first you write the atomic number of cobalt. Scandium 21, titanium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt. Okay. So cobalt atomic number 27. Cobalt atomic number 27. Write the electronic configuration. Argon 18. Okay. 3D 3D7 4. Argon 18, 3D7 4. This is the oxidation state of. This is the electronic configuration of cobalt. Scandium 21. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium 24, manganese 25, iron 26, cobalt 27. Electronic configuration 3D1. Now in this compound, in this coordination compound, cobalt oxidation state +3. So you have to write the oxidation state cobalt +3. So you have to remove from this. You have to remove 3 electrons. How you can remove 3 electrons? From from 2 electrons you remove from here and 1 electron you remove from here. So the electronic configuration is argon 18, 3D6 4s0. Right? Now 3D6 means what I can write generally? D5 d orbitals are there, you know. 4s means 0. Right? 3D6 means how you can write? According to the Moore's rule of maximum multiplicity, whenever we are filling the electrons in the degenerate orbitals, each orbital can accommodate with 1 electron. So each orbital I am accommodating 1 electron. 5 over next 6 goes. Okay. Now this is general law. Now this compound is ligand ligating is coordinate covalent bond. It is central metal atom is forming coordinate covalent bond with 6 ligands. Now according to the valency bond theory, central metal atom, this is cobalt, central metal atom or ion must provide the required number of vacant orbitals. क्योंकि each ammonia can donate one lone pair. So 6 ammonia ligands are there, means 6 pairs of electrons ammonia can donate. Each ammonia can donate one lone pair of electrons. So 6 ammonia, 6 lone pairs they can donate. And 6 lone pairs they can donate means central metal atom must provide the 6 required number of vacant orbitals. This is the important thing. In valency bond theory, central metal atom must provide required number of vacant orbitals. So if you see the vacant orbitals, only 1 here. If at all, if you rearrange also, if these 2 electrons will come here, only 1, 2, 3 vacant orbitals only will get. So for that 3D, 4s, 4p is also there. No? Let me write 4p. So 4p also written. Now you see 3D, 4s, 4p. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 four vacant orbitals only created. Now in COMS, how many vacant orbitals I require? 6. Why you require 6, sir? Each ammonia can donate lone pair of electrons to the one box or to settlement atom. Each ammonia ion can donate a lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So central metal atom must be ready to accept the electrons. For that, central metal atom must provide the required number of vacant orbitals. Now here only 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Now CON is taken 60 times. Cobalt requires 6 vacant orbitals. So the electrons will be rearranged. Rearrangement of electrons. Then what happens? This will not change. 3d6 same, 4s0 same, 430 same. But here 6 electrons, they can be filled against the Hund's rule. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can see here 2 vacant orbitals, here 1 vacant orbital 4s and 3 vacant orbitals. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what was the hybridization? D. These are the d orbitals. How many d orbitals? 2 d orbitals. D2. 1 s orbital. Yes. 1 p orbitals. How many? 3 p orbitals. In the 11th class we have learned what is the hybridization? The intermixing of atomic orbitals of almost equal energy and their redistribution into equal number of hybrid orbitals. The same concept here you need to apply. So here the central metal atom must undergo D2sp3 hybridization. Okay, this way you need to show is these 2 d orbitals, 2 d orbitals, 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals are undergoes hybridization and forms 6 hybrid orbitals are formed. How the 6 hybrid orbitals are formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 hybrid orbitals. When we draw the hybrid orbitals, we have to show. And these 6 hybrid orbitals are vacant orbitals. They are empty. There is no electrons in them. D2sp3, 6 hybrid orbitals. 6 D2sp3 hybrid orbitals. The 6 hybrid orbitals, there is no electrons in them. So each ammonia can donate lone pair. Now you can understand. This is actually 6 D2sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed. Now hybridization concept over now. Now we have to introduce this ammonia ligands. Here overlapping. So each ammonia can donate lone pair of electrons and can share. Right? Ammonia. Coordinate covalent bond is forming. How the coordinate covalent bond? Ammonia only sharing. Ammonia is only donating lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So 6 ammonia. 6 ammonia will be there. Now, if I say that geometry based on this is the 6 D2sp3 orbitals of which atom? Cobalt. Orbitals of cobalt, CO plus. Right? Now, if I draw the structure CO, now you can understand the geometry. Now this is ammonia. 6 ammonias are there. 6 ammonias. 6 ammonias. And this is the geometry. This is called octahedral geometry. So, what is the shape? Octahedral. The shape or geometry of the molecule is octahedral. In cobalt oxidation number, which state you have to get? CO plus. This is the geometry of the molecule and octahedral molecule. And here, see D2sp3 hybridization. 3D, 4s, 4p. One inner orbitals are there. So this is called as inner orbital complex. What type of complex means? Inner orbital complex. Inner orbital complex. What type of complex means? Inner orbital complex. Okay. When inner orbital complexes are paired, they are spin paired. Spin paired. Or you can say low spin complexes. Low spin complexes. low spin complexes. You can able to see that. Okay, low spin complexes. What is the geometry or shape of the molecule after it? The compound comes under which category? Inner orbital category. Why it is called inner orbital complexes, sir? 3D, 4s, 4p. So 3D is inner orbital. 4, 4, 3 means 3 is inner one. So this is inner orbital complexes. What inner orbital complexes are always considered as low spin complexes. So the category of the compound is also low spin complex and inner orbital complexes. So in CONH3 taken 6 times 3 plus, in this compound cobalt CO plus 3 undergoes which hybridization? D2sp3 hybridization. Now this is low spin complexes are also called okay. Low spin complexes are also called spin pair. Spin pair complexes. Low spin complexes are spin pair. Like this, one question compulsory they are going to ask. Right? Yes, sir, one more important question. The same. Okay, explain the geometry of COF6 3- according to the valency quantity. Same pattern. Okay, right. I am explaining the answer along with the valency quantity. Cobalt in COF6 3-, I wanted to find the oxidation state of cobalt. Okay, cobalt oxidation state X plus each fluorine -1. -1 means the oxidation state of fluorine is -1. -1 into 6 equal to -2. X -6 equal to -3. X equal to plus. Right? In COF6 3- after the oxidation state of cobalt is +3. Already you know the cobalt atomic number is 27. Electronic configuration argon 18, 3d7, 4s. In CO plus 3 it has to lose 3 electrons. After losing 3 electrons, argon 18, 3d5, 4s. How the 5 electrons? Right. How the 5 electrons? Okay. Let me write 4p also. Right. 3d5. After losing 3 electrons, 2 from here, 1 from here, 3 electrons, 3d5, 4s. 1, 2, 3. Now I am following the Moore's rule of multiplicity. 3d5, 4s0, 4p0. Right? Now I want which ligand it is? Fluorine. When fluorine is weak ligand. Now I will tell about the weak ligand and strong ligand. Afterwards I will tell you. First, according to the valency quantity, what will happen here? These 2 electrons, actually in case of just now we have seen one compound CONH3 taken 6 times 3 plus. Their ammonia is strong ligand, so that the electrons are rearranged. But here the electrons cannot rearrange. So what type of hybridization it goes? Okay, 4s, 4p, 4d also involves. 4d electrons are involved. Right. Now, which hybridization? Cobalt, how many ligands? Cobalt having 6 ligands. So 6 single 6 vacant atoms you need to create. Cobalt has to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you can expect that these 2 electrons can come here. Rearrangement cannot be done now because of fluorine is weak ligand. The electrons does not show interest to get pair. So what happens here? Is okay. Yes, P3 D2. 3 here. Yes, P3 D2. 1 yes, 3p and 3p. these three, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 hybrid alphas are involved with hybridization. So they will get sp3d2 hybridization. Whenever sp3d2 hybridization is get, okay, ultimately 6 hybrid alphas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hybrid alphas of cobalt. They do not have any. Lone pair of electrons. Now hybridization concept is over. Now according to the valency quantity, cobalt what it has done? Cobalt settlement ion must create required number of vacant orbitals. Yes, created. Cobalt created required number of vacant orbitals for the hybridization purpose. 6 hybrid orbitals are over, and then overlapping with fluorine. Each fluorine can donate one lone pair. So 6 fluorines, 6 bonds. So that's okay. You can expect CO of 6. Okay, shapes will be like this. CO cobalt oxidation plus 3. So what was the shape? Octahedral shape. The shape of the molecule is octahedral shape. Okay, and here what type of compounds are, what type of complex compound it is? So all are 4, 4, 4, S, P, D. Okay, so these are all outer orbital complex. You may have doubts in CO NH3 taken 6 times 3 plus compound, D2 sp3 hybridization. Why here sp3d2 hybridization? Here only your marks based on here this hybridization. If you write the hybridization correctly, they will give mark. Here CO F6 3 minus case, fluorine is weak ligand, the electrons cannot get rearranged. So here sp3d2 hybridization means outer orbital complex. It becomes outer orbital complex. And here high spin complex. Sir, why it is called high spin complex means when the electrons are, when weak ligands are there, when like fluorine like weak ligands are there, when the electrons are not rearranged, each electron spin is plus half or minus half. Plus half. So it will be plus 2.5. That is high spin. If the electrons get paired means the spin will be less. So here this is high spin complex. If you want to talk about the magnetic nature, you can say that single electrons are there. Because of single electrons, it will show paramagnetic property also. You can say paramagnetic property. Outer orbital complexes, high spin complexes, paramagnetic. Why paramagnetic? Single electrons are present. If at all, whatever the hybridization, whether it is sp3d2 or d2sp3, if single electrons are present, the compound will show paramagnetic nature. Right? Understood? This is till here you need to write. They ask, explain the geometry or structure of COF635 3 minus molecule according to the valency constant. Yes, children, we will continue. One more question here you can see. Explain the geometry of NiCl4 minus 2 according to the valency constant. Right? I am explaining valency bond theory with this example. Nickel atomic number 28. Electronic configuration argon 18 3D8 4s2. After writing the electronic configuration, once you need to check whether you have written correct or not. 18 plus 10 28. Yes, correct. And in nickel oxidation state, I have to find oxidation state of nickel. X plus each chlorine is nickel oxidation state X. That I have to find out. Each chlorine minus 1 into 4. Minus 4 equal to total oxidation state is minus 2. So X minus 4 equal to minus 2. X equal to minus 2 plus 4, that equal to plus 2. So nickel oxidation state is plus 2. You know, according to the valency bond theory, nickel has to provide the required number of vacant atoms. So in Ni plus 2, after losing the 2 electrons, I write electronic configuration argon 18 3D8. 3D8 means how I can write the electrons? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm following the Ohm's rule of multiplicity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 3D. 4s 0 also there. 4p 0 also there. 4s 0 means no electron in S, no electron in P. Right? 4s and 4. Now in Ni plus 2, Cl is the weak ligand. Chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, they are all weak ligands. When weak ligands are there, they cannot rearrange themselves. So, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. But how many ligands are there? 4. So, 4 vacant orbitals will be required. So, this sp3. And one more case, next week will come. Actually, if this electron will come here, here also one vacant orbital is there. That time dsp2. dsp2 hybridization also possibility is there. You have to think here. If this electron gets paired, dsp2 hybridization also possible. But because of the chlorine weak ligand, of chlorine, the electrons will not get rearranged and their sp3 hybridization. You all know sp3 hybridization means you will get 4 hybrid orbitals. How? The 4 hybrid orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4 hybrid orbitals of vacant hybrid orbitals. 4 vacant hybrid orbitals. Now hybridization concept over. What about chlorines? 4 chlorines. They can donate one lone pair of electron and they can form their coordinate chlorine. That is why the shape of NiCl4 minus. Okay, now this is the shape. Whenever sp3 tetrahedral, we can write tetrahedral. sp3 hybridization is there, we have to say tetrahedral shape. Okay, tetrahedral shape, not square planar. I have to say like this. Ni. This is tetrahedral. NiCl4. So nickel oxidation state is plus 2. You have to write here. Ni plus 2. This is the shape. sp3 hybridization. Whenever sp3 hybridization is there, you have to get tetrahedral shape. And what type of complex? 3D, 4s, 4p. D orbitals is not involved. 4s, 4p. So outer orbital complexes. Outer orbital complexes and spin free are okay. High spin complexes. I can say spin free or high spin complexes. High spin complexes. Spin free or high spin complexes. High spin complexes. Spin free complexes. Spin free or high spin complexes. Outer orbital complexes are formed. These are nothing but same only. Outer orbital complexes are nothing but spin free or high spin complexes. And hybridization is sp3 hybridization and geometry definitely tetrahedral. Right? Here the hybridization is important. sp3 hybridization. NiCl4 minus 2 means sp3 hybridization. Okay. Now the question little I will change and here only I will explain check here. Right? If I write NiCn4 minus 2. If I take NiCn4 minus 2, just change. At fourth question of the year I am explaining, you see, instead of Cl, if I write Cn, right? And if they ask the question, explain according to the valency bond. Oxidation state is same, oxidation state is plus 2, and in the Ni plus 2 oxidation state argon 18, 38, 4s0, 4p0. But here it changes. Now what was the change? You know, here this electron will get rearranged. The electron will get rearranged and here the hybridization is dsp. Try to understand why Cn is there, the electron, why it is, why the electron gets paired means cyanide is the strong ligand. When cyanide is strong ligand is there, the electron will get rearranged against the Ohm's rule. So here one vacant orbital created, dsp2. Right, dsp2 means total 4 hybrid orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 hybrid orbitals of nickel having vacant orbitals. and then hybridization is over now. Next we have to bring the CN. Cyanide, it donate clone without electron and forms a coordinate proton. Coordinate proton. Now the shape will be square planar. Square planar. This is the structure of NiCl. Or how can you say this? Here also another question. The hybridization, whenever dsp2 hybridization is there, definitely square planar compound. You are going to get square planar compound. You are going to get square planar compound. And what type of compound? It is spin paired we see. The electrons are get paired. So spin paired complex. Spin paired. And inner orbital complex. Inner orbital complex. Complex means compound. Complex compound or coordination compound. Spin paired or low spin compound. Low spin complex. See the words square planar complex. The shape is geometry is square planar. And spin paired. The electrons are get paired. So spin paired. When strong field ligands, when strong field ligands are there, the electrons get paired. According to against the Hund's rule. Electrons get paired when strong ligand, the silent is there. The electrons get paired. When fluorine and chlorine are there, they are the weak ligand. Ammonia is also strong ligand. Ammonia, now 4 examples I said. In that ammonia is a strong ligand and silent is a strong ligand. The fluorine and chlorine weak ligands. When weak ligands are there, the electrons cannot get rearranged. And they have to go for extra hybrid orbital and the hybrid. Here D, S, P. So 3D, 4S, 4P. Inner orbital is also involved. So this complex is called inner orbital complex and spin paired complex or low spin complexes. All electrons get paired, also spin paired. So low spin complexes. This way you have to write. From mostly every time among 4 examples, they are asking for 3 marks. And if they ask about the magnetic nature, if there is no single electrons, so it is diamagnetic. 1 point you can add here. No single electrons. No single electrons. So no single electrons. So diamagnetic. Diamagnetic. This you can write. Yes, sir. Every time at least 1 3 mark question is coming from here, especially this topic. Okay, now the valence bond theory is complete.